Sure.
Just some basic introductions. If anybody wants to say a few words, please go ahead. Floor is yours. Because after 10:30, you may not have a chance. So if you want to get a word in, you're welcome.
All the participants, I just request to have a paper and pen for my session. It's going to be an introspective session where we'll be scoring ourselves. So it's going to be an interesting activity. So please do have a paper and a pen with you.
Hey all, namaste. We see around 34 participants. Request all the members of members to call up your respective chapter MC primarily, and also the other members to join in. It's very important that you utilize the sessions like Marg, where knowledge is not just about business, but it's also about health and holistic wellness. It's very essential. After probably going through a lot of health challenges, most of us probably can vouch for it. Please call up your members. Please post it in your groups. I would have all WhatsApp group. Please post it saying that the session is about to start. Please request everyone to join in.
The very fact that all of us are here much before time, around 10 o'clock onwards, people were there on the session, probably even before, shows that you're really keen and you see a value in this. So I just request you to be ambassadors of MARGA in your specific chapters and, at least take the initiative to talk to somebody. If you find the session useful, just give a feedback to a couple of people and promote it in your chapters if it is not being done already. I think it's time. Let us start. Nischal, go ahead, please.
Sure, sir. So, good morning, everyone. Again, so we all know we are here in the meeting to learn about a lot of things, and we are here to understand the training of Marga. As the name suggests, it's just the Marga of life, or it is the Marga for our future betterment and the future of our business, life, everything. So today we are going to have a couple of sessions. In that, the first session is going to be by our beloved Shanti ma'am, who is from South Madras chapter. She's going to teach us about daily wellness activities for healthy lifestyle. This is something that we all need to have in our life. We all need to understand in our lives to have this. So, a short introduction about Shanti ma'am is that she's a yoga therapist. She has a PG diploma in advanced yoga therapy. She has been conducting a lot of yoga sessions, direct yoga sessions to kids, individuals, and she has a very specialization in conducting yoga during pregnancy. So she has been doing advanced yoga techniques and adjustments and manipulations to help people to attain the real strength, and she has been guiding people through their lives to get a better lifestyle. And she has also done a chiropractic care for around 500 plus individuals. She has trained around 1 lakh plus students around the globe, and she has also trained 10,000 plus ayurvedic. She has treated actually 10,000 plus people through ayurvedic massage therapy. So today we are blessed to have such a great person with us, and she's going to teach us about healthy lifestyle and how to maintain it. Ma'am, the session is yours. Please take it on. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Just I'll start with prayer. सुगन्धिं मुष्टिवर्धनं गुरुवारुकमिदबन्धनान् मृत्यो क्षीयमामृतात् शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. Audible Arka? Yeah. So this is the thank you so much. This is the only 10 minutes activity of your entire life. We are having 24 hours time, but we are not at all concentrating on our health. We are concentrating on our others. We used to listen others. We want others to listen our words, but our body has to listen ourselves. If your body, your mind will be good, your soul automatically will be good. Just 10 minutes activity only. We used to namaskar for the elders. Okay. Just you do namaskar for yourself. Just to sit on your chair. No need to lean on the chair. Just to sit front of the chair. Just to raise your hand and down, down, down. Touch your feet and do namaskar for yourself. Namaskar. Just 1, 2, 3. Just 3 namaskar for yourself. This will give lot of energy to your body as well as your mind. If your body is healthy, your mind automatically will be healthy. And then each and every part you have to concentrate and do the little exercise only. First head, see, put your hand up and then keep it on your knees. If you are keeping your hands knees, your body should be straight. Your palm should be on your knees, sit erect. Then only your chakras all will be straight. Just to concentrate on your head, up, look the roof, straight, look down, look at the ground, stand, then sit erect, turn your right side, gaze the right side of your self, then center, look at the center place, and then just to turn your head, look left side of your body. This is the exercise for your head, your neck, as well as your eyes. See, we are using lot of gadgets. Eyes are getting very tired. If you are looking up, down, left, right, your eyes also will be get exercise. As this exercise for altogether your entire Shiva part, your head is belongs to Shiva. Your upper part is belongs to Vishnu. Your lower part belongs to Brahma. All 3 Murtis are in our body. Our body is a temple. So we are first cooling our, concentrating our Shiva energy, looking up, center, looking down, center, looking right, center, looking left, center. This you can do in your workplace itself. And then just turn your ears to touch your shoulder. You should not raise, okay? Automatically you have to touch. From center and touch your lift. From center. And then interlock your fingers. All your Panchabhuta energies are in your fingertips. Interlock your fingers and keep it on your back of the neck. Just push. This push will give your spine will be erected. If those who are having shoulder pain, back pain will be relieved. Just stretch and then turn your right side. Turn your left side. Turn down. Straight, turn back. This is not only for neck, your entire spine, your entire back. Okay, this is for head. And then your hands. Hands should be straight like your shoulder level. Should not be down or should not be up. Fingers should be apart like this. Just to stretch. You can feel the stretch, entire stretch on your shoulders as well as your hands. Hands should be apparted like this. Just bring front and touch your thumb and then up. Go back, back, back. How much possible? The shoulder blades will be activated slowly. You can sit on your chair and then you can do, if possible, you can stand also, do no issues. This is the chair yoga. This is for your work-life balance. Really, 3 times. Slowly put your hands down. And then just straight, your hand should be straight. And then the palm should face the roof. Slowly raise your head. The hand should be near your ears. slowly. Then slowly bring down. The palm should face the roof and then palm should face the ground and bring your hands up. Again, this left hand. Turn your hand and bring. Should be straight and should be straight. Slowly bring down. Then. Why I'm asking you to twist your hand? If you are lifting the hand, your shoulder blade, the bone will get tired. If you are twisting your palm and lifting means it will be very easy to lift. Yeah. Slowly bring French and then go back like this. Lift, French, bring down. Now keep it on your knees. Sit down. This is for hands. And then your fingers, all your fingers. Just to squeeze your fingers, open your fingers, and then just to do the thing, and then you can interlock the fingers and twist like this. This is for entire hand. Our age will show in the neck and hand only, not in face. Slowly twist and then do like this. Twist and do like this. Okay, fingers. See, this finger closed, this finger open. Like this. This fingers are connected with the brain. How much we are using the fingers, the brain will be activated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. Squeeze your fingers. Squeeze. All mudras, gestures will be practiced through the hands only. Slowly interlock and then scratch each and every finger. Give massage. This will give lot of refreshment to your entire body. If you are not having good sleep, just massage your fingers. You will get good sleep. And then just rotate your wrist. Rotate your wrist. And then just scratch your entire side. And then do like this. These are all acupressure points on your hand. Yeah. Slowly relax. Now we are done for our hands. Next, backbone. Just to twist your body, turn. How much possible in the jar is it? Slowly twist. It will relieve your entire back pain. Just to twist. Just to twist. That's all. 3 times. And then knee. Just put your knee up, down, up, down. Your knee up. Just hug your legs. Can do in your chair itself. And then stretch your leg how much possible from sitting itself. Your toes. Single leg and then both the leg. Practice will make like that. See, if your hand, one leg should be like this, other leg should be like this. Okay? That will relieve all your leg pain, thigh pain, knee pain, everything. This will take only 5 minutes of your time. Head, eyes, shoulder also you can raise and keep. And then here twisting of the hip and hand and thing. And then if I'm as a chiropractor, the posture correction. If you are slouching, you will get lot of pain. So keep the hand in the position like this. Just do the thing. It will correct your slouch. It will correct your posture. Keep the hand open. Palm should face the roof. Slowly twist. The backbone should be touched. And then your posture will be corrected. Okay. For this opposite, you can keep the hand like this. This is the fan movement. Rotate. And this will relieve your back pain, shoulder pain, hand pain. And then it will correct your posture also. Slowly. And then just catch your 3 fingers and push. 3 fingers and push. 3 fingers and push. These are all the only simple exercise you can practice daily on your work itself. This will take only 5 minutes. And then another breathing technique I'm going to teach you. We have breathing three type of breathing is that. One is abdominal breathing, second one is thoracic breathing, third one is clavicular breathing. The Ujjayi pranayama we are doing, this is called clavicular breathing. If you are practicing the Ujjayi pranayama only, you are inhaling and exhaling. Through the hissing sound has to come through your throat. It will cleanse all your ENT, your nose throat problem, and then the pollution, air, water, if something will take and also it will cleanse our throat. And then if you are concentrating, if you are taking the breath, you are blowing the balloon. No? If you are blowing the balloon should be big, right? Like that, our body is like a balloon. So, air balloon only our body. In a Tamil, one proverb is there. காயமே இது பொய்யடா வெறும் காற்று அடைத்த பையடா. That means the bag is full of air. So while you are taking the air, your stomach should bloat. When you are exhaling, the stomach should go inside. This type of breathing, it will be you can practice within 3 days, it will be corrected. We have our body clock on our body, it will correct. No need to keep any alarm also. If you think 3 o'clock I have to get up, means the body clock will wake you up and then you will get up 2:55 itself. We have that much capacity. We have the brain is the biggest computer. So just inhale deeply, exhale slowly. The correction of the breath will make us very much healthy. Reverse breathing only causing lot of health hazards. Okay, then this is the breathing, inhale, exhale, and then we have all 5 Panchabhuta energy on our fingers. First, little finger belongs to water. Second, ring finger belongs to earth, sand. Third finger belongs to Akash, space. Fourth, the index finger belongs to air, Vayu. Fifth, thumb finger belongs to fire, Surya. So if you are practicing any gestures, you will get a lot of Panchabhuta energy on your body. You can see so many higher officials. This is called the Hakini Mudra. They will keep this all Panchabhuta Kosha, Panchabhuta energy will sustain to you. Okay, and then just as a business owners, we want to do business for our money, for getting the money. So this is called Pankaj Mudra. Pankaj means lotus. Goddess Lakshmi, we need Goddess Lakshmi, right? Just to do the Pankaj Mudra, you can keep, this is called Mukh Panjra. Some people will keep like this, but under your Mukh face, if you are keeping this Mukh Pankaja, you will get a lot of wealth. Continuous practice of 21 days, 48 days, all the thing will attain. Just to practice. Oh, take a deep breath in, breath out. Om Kamalavasin Vishnu Patnyai Jadimahi Om Shri Mahalakshmi Om Shri Mahalakshmi Slowly, just to scratch your palm and keep it on your face. Thumbs represent fire. Okay, all this is called Mukh Pankaj, the Mahalakshmi. You will get the blessings of Mahalakshmi. And then another one mudra, this is Kubera Mudra. See, this 3 fingers should be like this. This. If you practice Kubera Mudra, you will get lot of health and wealth and prosperity. Om Yakshaya Kuberaya Vaishavanaya Dhanadanya Dipadaye Dhanadanya Samvrittam Vedehi Davaya Shwaha Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Slowly release the mudra, scratch your palm, keep it on your face, eyes, and then your face. Just Look at your, blink your eyes and then look at your palm. Karapre Vasudhi Lakshmi, Paramadhi Saraswati, Paramule to Murtimata. This will take only 5 to 8 minutes only. If any doubt, kindly message me in the thing. I am Shanti Iyer from South Madras chapter. I am a yoga coach and then author, chiropractor, and Ayurveda therapist. My number is 97899107114. I am in this field from my third year, 3 years onwards. I am practicing yoga. Yoga will not make you to stand on your head. It will make you to stand up on your own leg and then make you 10 years younger. No need to do any botox or surgery. Okay. The breath will control you and then give lot of peace and energy. Okay. I have lot of products also. One product called the magic oil. That is the thing. This will relieve pain and all there. My number is 97899107114. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Gurubhyo Namaha.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, ma'am. It was a great session. I think all of us learned a lot from what you have taught us, and we'll definitely try to follow that in our daily life to make sure our lives and our body feels good when we are at the at the place of work or at the place of rest or whatever it is. So that was a great session indeed. And so if we are moving on for the next session, that is going to be from our Yogacharya Arvind Prasad ji. Arvind Prasad ji is going to talk about today. He's going to teach us how. Just a second. Yeah, he's going to teach us how to manage stress and how to manage stress through yoga. That is what our Yogacharya Arvind Prasad ji is going to teach us today. So to talk about Arvind Prasad ji, he is actually, I'm very blessed to have him in our chapter. He's from Mysore Sarambi chapter, and he's a BSc in yoga from Vyasa University, Bangalore. He has MSc in yoga as well from the same university, and he has done a great amount of research. To name a few, he has done a research on impact of Gayatri Mantra on the frontal and temporal brain functions, and he's also done a deep research on mind reading techniques in Bhagavad Gita. This is just a few I'm naming. He has done a lot of research. He has great amount of achievements. He has headed the Department of Indian Culture and Education in an institute in Guyana, South America. So this is just a small introduction that I'm going to give about our speaker today. Let us I'll let him start the session so that we all can listen to him and understand. Thank you.
Thank you, Nishchalji. Thank you so much. Am I audible? If I'm audible to everyone, kindly type A on the chat box. Let me see how many of us are active on the chat box. If I am audible to you, just type A. Beautiful, beautiful. I can see Kritika ji, Shaileshwar, Chandrasekhar ji, Ravi Kiran ji, wonderful active members in the team. Thank you all so much for joining early in the morning on Sunday. When you have time for yourself, you chose to dedicate this time to learn something new, which itself is the best decision that we have taken to improve our life. So to move ahead, normally in BBB, we start the sessions with an opening mantra, and at Marga also we do the same. So let us begin the session with an opening mantra. You all can mentally join me too. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviyankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. So, as indicated, the topic of discussion today is stress management. Let me try to share the screen so that we all can see through. Good. Is the screen visual available for all of you? Can you all see? Just a thumbs up, let me see. Yes. Good. You can see this clear. Good. So the topic today is stress management through yoga. We are going to understand how yoga can be a tool which we can use to manage our stress. See, most of the time we understand stress in a particular way. In other words, the mental activities that we have, the way we think, the way we understand, the way we approach ourselves and the world around is very subjective to each and every one of us. The way I see things may not be the same the way you see things. Life and the world around us can be approached in three different ways, is what my guru told me. The first way is where the world is approached as a market and the life in it as a business, where anything and everything is give and take. If at all I have to gain something, only then I interact with the society. If at all I have to lose something, then I might stop interacting with the society. So anything and everything in life and the world around us becomes a give and take, a transaction. So life can be seen as a business and the world around you becomes a market right away. And the second way that we can approach life and the world around us as the world seen as a war field and the life in it as a competition or as a race, where anything and everything is about being successful, where anything and everything is about, gaining name and fame. So I can see the world around me as a war field and anyone around me as a competitor. I can see that I have to grow better than this person. I can take them as my inspiration, or I can take them as my competitor, or I can see them as my enemy. Anything and everything can happen in a subjective given condition. So this is the second way where I can see my life as a competition or as a race to succeed. That's when the world around becomes a war field or a battlefield. And there is this third way that normally people, our own forefathers, used to approach life and the world around us, where they saw the life as an experience and the world around as a philosophy or as a source of knowledge. Anything and everything was acting as a source of knowledge through which we or our forefathers used to gain knowledge, learn, grow, and improve life. As time passed, due to the changes in the education system that we have, due to the changes in the cultural system that we have, or the changes in the lifestyle, we today are discussing about a topic which is about managing something which should be not there in our life at all. So the situation has come where we have to discuss about managing stress. Now, what is stress management? See, management of stress is a methodology. It's a simple practice that we can do every day. It is just to modulate the different states of mind or the way we act to a given situation. We have to modulate it. We have to work with it in such a way that our life is becoming protected and we are becoming better and better every day. So stress management is not about having stress, having a stressful thought, or putting ourselves in a stressful condition and see how we can manage it. Stress management is about handling ourselves in such a way that we can understand and approach the given situation, the given thought, or the given action in a very different, unique way. Now, what yoga has to say about stress management? How yoga can guide us. In the second chapter, Sutra 47, Patanjali, the compiler of Yoga Sutra says, management can happen through two different activities that we can do every day. Where he says Ananta Samapatti and then Prayatna Shaitilya. Prayatna Shaitilya Ananta Samapatti Dhyam is the Sutra. It's kind of a zip file, and then there is a commentary that goes on explaining what it is, which I'm not going to go in detail. So the very first thing that we have to do is consistency in whatever we are doing. And here, Patanjali is recommending consistency on one particular action. This is where we have to be consistent about constant effort. Constant effort to what? To let go the stressful efforts that we have the stressful thoughts that we have, or the stressful emotions that we might be experiencing. So it's a conscious effort. It is not going to happen automatically. It's not like you drink water and the thirst is gone. Here it is a constant effort, a conscious effort that we make to make sure that we are letting go something that is in excess. Now, for us to know what is that something that is in excess, is it our action? Is it our relation? Is it our thought process? Is it our feelings? Is it our emotions? The very first thing to know before we let go something is to know what are the things that we own, first of all. How much are we in a stressful situation is something that we should analyze about ourselves. So here comes an interesting activity that we are going to do next. As I said in the beginning, kindly have a paper and pen with you. If not, have a calculator at least with you so that you can calculate your score at the end. So what is going to happen? We are going to analyze ourselves. We are going to see how far are we stressed or how far we are relaxed. So it's a very easy activity and a very interesting activity. It's like seeing our own horoscope. Astrology is an interesting activity that we Brahmins involve in. And here is an activity where we are going to logically approach ourselves and understand our own mental or emotional state. Now, there will be, somewhere around 30 single sentence questions, where each question should not take more than 10 seconds for you to answer. Now, how are you going to answer? You are going to answer by scoring yourself between 0 to 4. If you find the answer for your question as never, then you score yourself 0. If you find the answer for your question as mostly I find myself in this particular situation, then you score yourself 3 or 4. You can do this activity. So not more than 10 seconds for each question. Do not analyze, do not think too much about each question. The very right answer that comes soon after you read the question, write the number behind or right next to it. At the end, we will total it and then we will score. Are we ready? If you are ready, type R on the chat box. Let's see. Let's see how many of you are ready to analyze and understand yourself, to know what is it that we have to let go, if at all we have to let go. Beautiful. Good. Yes, 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 yes. Wonderful. Good. So here comes the first. There are going to be 5 slides, each slide having 6 questions. Let's go with the first slide. Here we go. Ready? You can read the question and then answer. You don't have to reveal the answers to me. You can just keep it to yourself. It's going to be your own secret answer. Just mark down the answer. The first one is, I feel that I need a break and have to rest well. Never, rare, often, mostly, always. I feel that too many demands are made upon me by myself and others. I get irritated and agitated. Sometimes I might express, sometimes I don't express, but I get irritated and agitated. I have to multitask to feel good about myself. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever is your answer. I feel I am alone leading the show. It can be your business, it can be your life, it can be your relationship, it can be your problems, it can be your happiness. I feel I'm alone leading the show. I often find myself in situations of conflict and argument. Never, rare, often, mostly, or always. Good. We go to the next slide, shall we? If yes, show me a thumbs up. Good. So the next slide. I feel I have to do things even if I dislike doing them. I sometimes end up doing things, I don't like it, but I have to do. What can I do? That's my responsibility. Hence I do. I feel I have to do things even if I dislike them. The next one. I feel very tired at the end of the day. When I get on my bed, I feel tired and I feel like, man, I need a break. I fear of not achieving the goals. I put up goals, I put a framework for it, but I'm scared. What if I don't achieve it? The next one. I cannot retain my calm during the worst situation. It's easy to retain calm when everything is good, but retaining calm during worst situation is difficult. So I cannot retain my calm during the worst situation. Never, rare, often, mostly, or always, whatever your score is. I find myself confused and left with too many decisions to make in my life. I have multiple verticals, I have multiple tasks to take up in my life, and I am left out, confused, with too many decisions to make. And the last one in this slide, I get frustrated or disturbed when expectations are not met, when my expectations are not met. Good. Can we go to the next slide? Yes, perfect. Good. The next slide now. I get tensed up while handling responsibilities. I feel a little tensed when I handle responsibilities. The next one, I am full of energy, but I need to channelize them. The morning I wake up and I'm full of energy, but I'm left out with doubts and confusion. What to do? Where to involve my energy? What is it that I have to prioritize? I'm confused. So I'm full of energy, but need to channelize them. The next one, I feel I am in a hurry and rush always. I'm in a hurry to achieve my targets. I'm in a rush to, reach my goals. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever your answer is. My problems seem to be piling up rather than getting erased. I try to address one problem, and while addressing, another problem piles up. Another, and another. It might be, business, wealth, profession, relation, whatever it is. The next one, I get involved in activities related to health and wellness. Walking, gym, fitness, yoga. And especially this is the first week of this new calendar year. Most of us might also have started. But how it was is what the question is. Last one, I do have a list of worries to mention if asked. I normally don't speak about my problems, but if someone asks me what my problems are, I have a lot of lists to list it out. Can we go to the next slide? Yes, good. I am under the pressure of targets and success. Never, rare, often, mostly, or always. I feel discouraged by myself or others. I prefer being alone. I am afraid of the future. I do things because I have to, even if I don't want to. I am judged and criticized. Next slide. I get disturbed when I am aware of those judgments and criticism. When I come to know that people are judging me and criticizing, I get disturbed. My ego gets hurt or my ego gets disturbed. I get disturbed when I'm aware of those judgments and criticisms. Next one, I have trouble relaxing or having an undisturbed sleep. I end up having dreams or I end up thinking about my past activities or future plans. And most of the things happen during sleep. If that is so, you can score yourself. I feel mentally exhausted. I feel some of my responsibilities are my burdens. I have chosen my own responsibilities, but those responsibilities are slowly turning up as my burdens. I have enough time for myself and don't know what to do. If I plan my schedule, I will be left out with enough time for myself rather than all other activities. But I don't know what to do with it. Hence, I don't let time for myself. The last one, I am scared of deadlines and their pressure. Good. So there ends the 30 questions. Now you can total up the score that you all have. Total it up.
How to total?
Pardon?
How to total?
The scores that you have, 3, 4, whatever you scored for each question.
It is a slide, each slide to be added first or overall to be added?
For each question, sir, for each question you might have scored something, right? You have to total up that score. 4, 3, 2, 1, whatever you have scored for each question.
Five,
So it is total.
Total, all 30 questions.
okay, all the 5 pages which you have asked.
Exactly, sir.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 15.
You don't have to reveal the answers to me. Good. Once you have finished your totaling, write T. Just type T on the chat box so that I can be aware whether to wait. Or someone have already, they have revealed their scores also. 56, 58, 43. Good, good. Keep the scores to yourself because we might start judging you later. 23, whoa. Good. So now let us see how the stress level is for each one of us based on the scores that we have. Shall we go ahead? Yes? Good. And now comes the climax of this. So if you have scored between 0 to 30, less or no stress at all, you are the happiest man. Your vibes will be beautiful and wonderful around, right? We can always depend on the vibes that you carry around. And 30 to 60, you are in the danger zone now. Symptoms of stress is there. You might fall on any side. It's like cat on the wall. You can be, with no stress if you can handle it, if you manage your lifestyle, or you can, fall on the other side also where you enter up having a stressful life. So 60 to 90, stressed. So somewhere or many of us are on the brink of symptoms of stress and stress, 59, 58, and 90 to 120, acute stress. Don't ask. Right? Situation is going to be just like the face that you see on the screen. Good. So now that we know that, where we are or how we are, people with no stress, how are you going to maintain it constantly? How are you going to let that state of mind remain always? Now, what is happening for others, those who are, having symptoms of stress or those who are stressed or acute stress, what is happening with us? What's going on is what we have to understand. See, people with acute stress, their emotional state is dependent on fear and anger, or most of the time we function anchoring ourselves on fear and anger. Most of our actions will be triggered out of fear or out of frustration or out of disappointment or out of anger. There's going to be a lot of negativity revolving around our emotions. As a result, we can see the impact of that subtle internal fear and anger exposing itself. If it has been prolonging for a long time, it will expose itself as physical disorders. For example, cancer is the impact of suppressed fear and anger. That's what yoga says, at least. Yoga speaks about Angamejayatva. Yoga speaks about Alzheimer's. Yoga speaks about Parkinson's. Yoga speaks about, these cancerous cells, which is all the result of suppressed emotions, suppressed negative emotions. And the more we suppress these negative emotions, that's what is going to create the subconscious. See, most of the time, we misunderstand subconscious as something beyond consciousness, as something greater or better than consciousness. No, my dear. Whatever we do in the conscious life, in the conscious state during the day, and if we are not expressing or if we are not letting go the excess of negativity, if that negativity is not managed properly, if that negativity is suppressed, all those suppressed negativity, emotions, fear, anger from childhood, that's when it starts. The subconscious starts getting its own shape, which will in turn impact the way we think, the way we decide, the way we understand ourselves and the people around. And as a result, we can see relational problems. Relation in the sense, not with just people, with our own things. We might forget things, where we have kept it. We might be searching for it always. We might misunderstand ourselves, or we might, discourage ourselves. We might criticize ourselves. So the way we relate with ourselves and the world around might be problematic, or we might experience it as a problematic relation. And then our everyday life will have a diseased impact. Now, people with symptoms of stress or those who are stressed, they will be, guided, ego or self-esteem will be driving their day-to-day activities. As a result, you can see in their physical existence, they might end up saying, I have pain in my shoulders. I end up having headaches. I have pain in my lower back. In English, they say, show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. Yoga says, show me your spine and I'll tell you who you are. Because spine is where all the suppressed emotions, all the strain, spine is such a very good friend. The backbone is a friend that takes up everything. Says, it's okay, I'll take it, I'll take it. And one day it will shoot it back. And that's when it might be too late. So as a result, the physical strain is nothing but a signal for us to take care. Physical pain, let it be simple or big. The moment we experience it, that's a symptom that there is a lot going on deep inside. Please take care of it. And as a result, we end up having a little confusion or tensions in our life. Decision making might not be as easy as it is for a person who is with less stress or no stress. We might end up having, we might have created certain situations and we might be in that Alice in Wonderland or, ourselves in that trouble land. And as a result, our day-to-day life will have its own imbalances, its own suppressions. We might not be expressing ourselves as who we are or what we are in reality. And people with no stress or less stress, you can see them vibrating wonderful energy around them. Because peace and happiness is what is guiding them. Every day they wake up with that state of happiness. Every day they come out with that wonderful smile, and their life will be physically very healthy, relationally very progressive. The way they relate with themselves will help them progress and the people around them progress. The way they, understand their everyday life will be balanced. They will be, the disappointments will not go to their heart or the success will not go to their head. They know how to balance. And if you see, all of this is happening because we have something called mind. Imagine if we can master this something called mind. As of now, we are the slaves of our mind. We are the slaves of our emotions, our pain, our decisions. Whatever is happening is happening. But what if we, as the calendar year has begun, can choose to master our mind, to channelize our thoughts? And for that, we need to understand how many different types of mind we have. And fortunately, the year-old scripture tells we have somewhere around 7 different types of mind. Forget that mind. Let's come to the mode or level of functioning, the fourth column. If we are functioning at a survival mode, if our survival is a question, if we are struggling to survive, if we are struggling to, meet the EMI cost that we have or whatever financial struggle we have, if our survival is at, the major anchoring point, then most of us at the survival mode will be dominant with rajasic qualities. A lot of rajas will be dominating, followed by tamas. As a result, We start doing something. Yes, I'm going to change my year. We resolve doing something. 1 or 2 weeks, we go back to our old pattern. Because too much of rajas followed by tamas, ignorance. As a result, we say it's okay, it's okay. Next year we'll take care of, tomorrow we'll do it. Procrastinations might happen. Now, this is where the conscious mind is very active. Right? Conscious mind, we understand as something that helps us to focus, that helps us to, concentrate. Here, conscious mind means the active mind. The mind is always active. There is no time for the mind to rest a little. There is no time for the mind to receive and then think or retrospect. So people in the survival mode will be always on their toes. Almost similar are the people who function at the level of confusion. If you find yourself in a confused state, making decisions will be a confusion. Understanding people will be a confusion. We might be ending up, confused whether to believe this person or not. Should I do this business or not? Should I go to Vidyut or not? What am I going to get if I go to Vidyut? What if I don't get anything? Why should I waste my money? All these confusions will be, even for them, Rajas will be dominant. And the subconscious mind is what is active. And all our decisions, all our actions will be led by that subconscious. And then comes the third different, function or the level of functioning, which is ignorance. Tamas will be dominant. Tamas doesn't mean inertia or just laziness. Tamas also means being skeptical. Tamas also means being doubtful about oneself and others. Tamas also means being pessimistic about anything and everything. And this is where the unconscious mind is playing the major role, the dominant role in all our day-to-day activities. Now, this is how the normal human mind functions. Most of us might find ourselves fluctuating between these three. Now, what kind of yoga can I take up? See, all different 8 aspects of yoga, as yoga speaks of yama, niyama, asana, prana. I'm not going to explain all these in detail. Yes, all the 8 are important, but what door can I approach so that it will be easier for me to manage my stress or relieve my stress and manage my mind? So for those people who are in the survival mode, we can start practicing asanas. Asanas can be easier to focus. Asana can be an easy gateway to approach your mind and handle it in a better way. For those who are active with the subconscious mind, if you find yourself in a confused state most of the time in your life, pranayama, active different pranayama techniques will help a lot. And for those who find ourselves in an ignorant state where anything and everything is seemingly skeptical for me, I end up being pessimistic, I end up being critical about anything and everything a lot of time, then pratyahara, or the way we handle our senses, is something, the techniques that we can practice. And then comes the higher levels of mind, where the super conscious mind, the collective conscious mind, and the higher conscious mind are coming into picture, where their focus will be on transformative journey of life. The life of such people who are having collective consciousness, sattva will be, driven the highest. Sattva will be dominant, and they will be working in a very conducive way. Everyone will be around them. They know how to unite people. They know how to lead people. They know how to bring people together and take them ahead. And people with higher conscious mind, very spiritual in nature. They know how to balance this sattva, rajas, and tamas. It will be in their own control. They can do it by themselves. And the final is the yogic, which is beyond mind. Let's not go there. So
Arvind, we lost your audio.
Arvind sir, your voice was lost.
Arvind, you are on mute, I guess.
am I audible now?
Yes.
Good. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
So most of the time, we knowingly or unknowingly, consciously or unconsciously have piled up a lot of emotions right from our childhood. So imagine when you were a kid, you were playing hide and seek and someone from behind the door did to you and you got scared. That very reaction happened and we suppress that emotion. Right from there, a lot of unconscious suppressions we have gone through. And the very first thing we have to do is let go, empty the glass so that we can fill it with a wonderful state of mind which will help us manage stress. And to let go, there are many different techniques. Yes, of course, through pranayama, through pratyahara. The very easy and simplest way is just by listening to a different frequency of sound, right? That's where mantras come in. Right? So for us to let go, that cleansing mantra, there are a lot of mantras to cleanse. And one such mantra is what I am going to play now, which will help us to cleanse ourselves. With that, I'll finish this session. It's a 3-minute audio. You can keep your eyes closed. You can have your spine straight, be in a comfortable position. Just allow those resonance, the vibrations of that sound to impact each and every cell in your body. It's an audio recorded by me and one of my friends from the Gurukulam. Let's go ahead and listen to it.
प्राणापानव्यानोदानसमाना मे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा वाङ्मनश्चक्षुश्रोत्रजिह्वाघ्राणरेतो बुद्ध्याकूतिः सङ्कल्पा मे शुद्ध्यन्ताम् ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा त्वक्चर्ममागुंसरुधिरमेदो मज्जास्नायवोऽस्थीनि मे शुद्ध्यन्ताम् ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा शिरः पाणिपादपार्श्वपृष्ठोरुदरजङ्घशिष्णोपस्थपायवो मे शुद्ध्यन्ताम् ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा उत्तिष्ठ पुरुष हरितपिङ्गललोहिताक्षि देहि देहि ददापयिता मे शुद्ध्यन्ताम् ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा पृथिव्यापस्तेजो वायुराकाशा मे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा शब्दस्पर्शरूपरसगन्धा मे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा मनोवाक्कायकर्माणि मे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा अव्यक्तभावैरहङ्कारैर्ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा आत्मा मे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा अन्तरात्मा मे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा परमात्मा मे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा अन्नमय प्राणमय मनोमय विज्ञानमयमानन्दमयमात्मा मे शुद्ध्यन्तां ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासग्स्वाहा ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः
Beautiful. Thank you all. So I leave the platform. Chalji, thank you all for your patience, listening. Start working on how to grow as a better human being this new year. Wish you all a happy new calendar year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Arvindji. It was a great stress busting session. I think all of us had a great mindfulness, and it was a peaceful session with such a beautiful mantra at the end, and all the stress busting sessions, all the stress related topics that you expressed with us, and you taught us how to manage it. And I hope this would enlighten some people, and us as main people who are into business, it would enlighten us to how to take the stress and how to manage it and take it forward. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So our next session, as Arvindji started in his uh, session, why Vidyut? What is the what is the point of Vidyut, and how can we leverage it to our good, and how can we generate a lot of opportunities and harvest leads? So this session is going to be by Kiran Chandrasekhar sir. He's from Vamana chapter. He's going to teach us about how to make it an opportunity in Vidyut 2024 to harvest leads in abundance. Sir, I leave the stage to you. Please take it forward. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Bharat. Thank you so much. As I share the screen, I have a question for all the participants here. As business owners, what gives you stress? As business owners, what gives you stress? There's a question for you about the stress. For a business owner, what gives you stress?
The
You can
target
type it as
versus
answer. Sorry?
target versus achievement stress,
Target versus achievement. Business itself, lead generation,
employees challenges.
employees challenges. Okay.
Meeting the
Target not
commitment.
achieved. Finding business recovery, business growth, cash flow, customer pipeline, team, a lot of things, right? Fantastic. So,
Business is a
sorry, business itself. You are in the wrong war zone then, but we'll help you out to make sure that you enjoy your business. That's what Vidyut does always. And this time we are trying to see how we can improvise it to a higher level. So let me quickly get on to the slides. Everyone able to see the slide? Am I audible clearly? Am I audible?
Yes, very much.
yes,
Able to see the slides?
yes, yes. Yeah,
Yes.
get into slide mode. Yeah.
Yeah, just a moment. Doing that. Okay, clear? Fantastic.
Perfect.
So Vidyut, an opportunity to harvest leads. So when we say leads, okay, here probably when it comes to Vidyut, or what we are going to do this time is going to be beyond leads. Leads are something which comes as drip by drip, where you have to probably create a lead every time. But what if we can create channels to generate leads regularly? That has been the idea behind the whole concept, what we are trying to work with. And why do we conduct Vidyut? In fact, I've been part of Vidyut from the very early stage, from the first year of Vidyut. The idea was to create a network to grow our businesses beyond our chapter. The idea was simple, that we should grow our network and business beyond chapter. Now, why is this necessary? Why should we grow beyond chapter? I already have few members in my chapter, and I think, I'm happy with it. I'm okay with probably, just coming to the chapter meetings, attending that. Why should I grow beyond that? So the question why beyond, okay, has a simple statistics. I'll go by numbers, considering that we're all speaking about business here. So you need to understand the dynamics of social connect as humans. Okay, let us say, for example, you all went to schools and colleges, right? And your classrooms would have had 40, 50, 60 students on an average. How many of you could you connect to regularly on regular basis and were really close to you? You used to hang out with, whom you used to talk to regularly. You could share your personal challenges with them. They used to help you. How many? What do you think? You can type the chat box is open. Please feel free to type. 2, 3, 5, 10, all 30, 40 people. Could you connect with all the 40 people in your classroom? Not really, right? 2, 3, 4, 4 to 5. See, this is the average, right? And if you probably come to the present scenario, you probably will face the same thing in your chapter also, right? In your chapter, you have 2 or 3 people whom you really connect with, whom you see that you are generating leads regularly from. Am I right? Is that sufficient? Two people, how much can across the 26 meetings or 24 meetings, these two people or three people or even five people, how much of business can they give you? There's a very, very limited opportunity. And this is not with just BBB or any networking platform. This is a common challenge what we face if we are going to be a small business dependent on business networking to generate leads and businesses. This is a very common challenge, nothing new about it. Now, if you look at it in the other way around, okay, as humans, we are capable of connecting with 100 to 250 people, okay, out of which, okay, 148, this is something that has been worked over years of research. 148 or rounded off to 150 is generally what is suggested to have as your business associated variable level. There's a variable level, out of which, again, coming back to what it says is between 48 and 60 is a good number to have in your closed network. When I say closed network, these are your brand representatives, brand ambassadors, people who think for you, people who are in your similar kind of a business model, or where they have a similar kind of a target customer but not competitive with you, or probably people who are on the same business line but are capable of probably providing you a collaborative business. Now, where do you find this 48, 60 people? How do you develop them? One of the things we need to understand is businesses, especially in networking, it cannot be organic. Your business network cannot be organic. You cannot have organic random people just because you bypass them, just because you met them, they don't become your potential good business network connects. They may be good people, they are fantastic, nice people, but they are not your channels who will get you business. So you have to very carefully pick and choose these people. Now, how do you do this? This is where BBB as a larger platform, takes you beyond your chapter, where probably from each chapter you can look at having 2, 3, 4 people who connect with your same wavelength and start building your network. So as I mentioned, as humans, we don't connect at the same wavelength. We have different wavelength, right? For example, our businesses may be different, our cities may be different, but since we both like similar kind of a music, we both like similar kind of traveling or lifestyle, we connect good. For example, probably, I can right now on my screen see Ram Prasad. So Ram Prasad is someone whom I connect very well with because there is kind of similarities what we have, right? So it's easy to probably recollect what Ram Prasad does, and there's an opportunity immediately I call him and I'll say, this is what he has, and similarly probably he will do it for me. So we don't have to be in the same city also to generate the business, as long as we are able to build our network. What Vidyut does is this for you. Vidyut gives you an opportunity to go beyond the set boundary of chapter and region. And as I mentioned, everyone is a good connect, but may not be a good business connect. For business owners, it is essential to have a good personal level. Look, your chapter is a group of people who are networking with each other, but that's not your personal network. Your personal network is different altogether. That is what you get to create in Vidyut. So what is the average? Based on your chapter, if you go for it, if you actually look back, average 10 to 12% or probably lesser than that is what? The number of people who will refer business to you. Now, is that sufficient? It's not sufficient. We all know that it is definitely not sufficient. So what are we doing now in Vidyut is that, unlike the previous Vidyut, every Vidyut what I've seen is evolved. When we created first year, I mean, will be very honest with you all. We were almost clueless what to get you all, but we did expo, we did cultural activity, we did a lot of celebrations. We got celebrities, we got probably some of the achievers, we awarded them. We did a lot of things. It was an annual event. Second year, we improvised. We said, no, we will probably scale. We will go beyond just the community and we will do expo and other things. Chennai went further ahead. They said, no, Vidyut has to be for BBB members and we'll see how best we can utilize our own resources. So this edition, we are taking it further ahead and saying, okay, fine. How can you probably, if I want to speak about 500, 600, 800 people who are going to be participating, you can't go to each and every one, find out if you can connect with them or not. Absolutely impossible with the limited time what you have. So we have been trying to see how we can make sure that we help you to connect with a right kind of a people with higher chances of creating the business channels, or probably potential businesses can be done, or probably leads can be generated. Or I mean, if you are really the person with a lot of stars, the business conversions happen immediately. So how can we do that? So I'll just take an offshoot. Most of you probably would have, I don't know, I mean, how many of you are here? How many of you attended Leadathon? How many of you attended Leadathon? Can you just say yell in the message box? Yell for Leadathon. So we have quite a number of people who attended Leadathon, and I believe you all saw the benefit of Leadathon in a different way altogether. It was very different and it gave benefit, was beneficial, right? Can I say yes for that? Can I get yes, people who got benefited out of Leadathon? It was purely a business benefit, correct? So members who have not attended Leadathon, or people who are wondering what it is, you can see what it is. I mean, the response which says it was worth. It is your members, your people whom you know who can acknowledge it. Now, in past, I think the Chennai session happened around 1.5 months ago. Bangalore to Chennai itself was an improvement. In fact, our coach Murli came back and said, Kiran, this is definitely a huge improvement from what we did in Bangalore. Now, after that, I've been continuously working on improvising it to further level. That's when, Anandji said, Kiran, can we do something good for our members? And we said, let us do this. And it's called as quantum networking. That is, Leadathon's evolved version is quantum networking. So request all the members, first of all, who are not able to understand in your chapter what Vidyut will be, explain them about Leadathon, what is the benefit you could get from that. And from there, think about a evolved version, what would it have? Okay. Basically, Leadathon works as a catalyst, a smart catalyst that will help you to develop channels where you can generate leads regularly. I always say this, of course, there's a lot of business gurus out here who will probably disagree with me, because I prefer to simplify. For any business, there are only 4 pillars, small businesses especially. You have marketing, you have sales, you have delivery, you have cash flow, correct? 4 essential pillars. Most of us are solopreneurs or small business owners. We are doing everything. We are doing batting, bowling, umpiring, fielding, everything. Now, if you can develop good number of people who become your channel partners, who are continuously generating leads for you, who are continuously referring businesses to you, your marketing and sales headache is taken off. Then you are looking at only delivery and cash flow. 50% of your headache is gone. 80% of stress is gone, because you are not worried about your marketing issue. One of the biggest challenge for any of the businessmen. Now, does the marketing has a cost? Does marketing has a cost? If you are doing social media marketing, does it have a cost? If you have a marketing manager, does it have a cost? It has, right? You are spending 10, 15, I don't think 10,000 may anyone comes today. But even if you go for a basic marketing in Google or Facebook, 500 rupees per day, it will cost you 15, 20K. And that's for 1 month. And these are not channels. These are only businesses that may convert or not convert. And even if you start marketing today, by the time you realize your first order will be 2 or 3 months or 4 months. Consider that against being a part of Vidyut. And when one day you are capable of creating your channels and nurturing them probably for over a month, because Leadathon has proven it beyond doubt that people can convert businesses just like that. If you come across a right person and if your product is the right thing, automatically the business is supposed to happen. Right? Now, how does it happen? How do you make sure that your product reaches the right person? Through the people who are already serving similar kind of an industry and who knows that he can take you directly into this particular client's cabin and say, you know what, I trust this guy. You can also trust him. Networking is not about selling only in your room. Yes, you need to sell yourself. Your members should trust you. But it is beyond that. How much should I trust you that I should be able to blindly refer you to someone? Now think about it. First, you break the barricade of your chapter members only, region members only. From there, you go towards building the trust, nurturing the relationship, and you have these people who are regularly thinking about you. So what is the ROI? Is it measurable? Is it quantifiable? I can give you the numbers based on leadathon. I'm sure it's going to be far more better than what we experienced in leadathon. In Bangalore, when we did it, it was 115 participants. In Bangalore, we have almost 400 plus, 440, 450 members plus, and with new chapters being launched very soon. Of course, they were not there when we did this. And we could take only 25% registration. The amount of connects we could create was 2,600. Is it a good number? Wow number? What is it? I think it's a wow number, which means average 22 connects per participant. 22 connects per participant. Chennai, 86 participants. But if you look at the participation amount is 50%. Chennai has 4 chapters. I think the total amount of people is around 200 and plus odd minus plus or minus kind of a thing. And they could generate 1,400 leads, connections. There are 16 connects per participant. Okay. Now, considering that, let us keep an optimal number to make the job easier. If we are going to have between 500 and 600 people in a room, between 500 and 600 people in a room in Vidyut, how many leads do you think will get generated? How many connects do you think each of them will generate? You see, it just doesn't multiply, right? It goes to the power of, right? I can see easily each one, bare minimum can generate 35 to 40 connects, out of which further you filter it down, 8 to 10 people whom you can develop as your channel partners, as your brand ambassadors, are people who can generate leads for you regularly can be created. Is it worth of it now? Do you see the return ROI? Can I have a yes if you see ROI in this? Can you type yes in the chat box if you are seeing return on investment? If your marketing is taken care of, that's what we are here for. BBB is here for that. Your marketing, sales. Of course, there's a lot of learning you go through, but marketing and sales is the core. And that's what we are trying to continuously bring in every Vidyut, in every event we do, in every training programs we do, how to help you. But this cannot be successful if you do not participate. It's as simple as that. So request, I know the entire BBB is not here, but request the members who have understood this to go back to your chapter, talk to your members. Okay. Can we probably be 800, 900 members in Hyderabad and think the magic we can create? Probably next 2-3 years, you'll have to forget about your marketing concept at all. You'll get busy just scaling up your business. So quickly, I'll try to probably explain you how quantum networking will work in a very, very metaphoric way. So it's easy to understand because a lot of people, I think, are also not also part of a leadathon to make them understand how it works. So in Vidyut, the quantum networking has been created as the core and everything is woven around that. So it's more like this. You walk into a restaurant, you're given a menu and you are asked, what is that you want? You say, I want A, B, C, D, E, but then, I want something, more salt in this. I want less this in this. I want this and this kind of a stuff. Then you have the chef who's advising you, which means we will have moderators and consultants who will help you to identify what is the kind of menu you should be going for, which means what is the kind of people you should be able to connect with to generate more leads. So you have someone who's going to handhold you, help you to understand what it is. And all this is not happening at the event today. It's happening before Vidyut. This time Vidyut is not just 1 or 2 day activity. This is going to be almost 6 months, 15 days. There's almost 75 days of activity is what has been planned. 75 days is what it has been planned for. So we have pre-Vidyut, in which you will be given a menu, you will be told to choose what you want. And once you choose, we help you to identify and understand and make sure that you have chosen right kind of a food or a requirement or target markets and connects. And from there, on the activity day, we help you to connect with the best of these people. And then once Vidyut is over, quantum networking techniques and will take over, will help you to nurture and build a strong relationship with all these people continuously for next 6 months with various ideas, programs, so that you can build a strong network. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Can I have a yes? So for a 75 days program, you're not paying the, I don't know, if you're going to take a shared room, which is 6,200 plus GST, GST is being claimable. Or if you're going for a luxury rooms, which is probably around 12K or something like that, plus your travel. Let us say even 15, 20K on an average. For a 75 days continuous program, don't you think the 15, 20K is actually less? That too, creating 8 to 10 business channels. Isn't it cheaper than any other marketing activity? So the key takeaways, as I mentioned, pre-Vidyut, we will understand and implementing the data required for the system and process of quantum networking. All this data is picked up from you. We will sit with you, we will understand. And more than that, wherever you have a challenge in understanding, we will help you to make sure that you are addressing, you're creating right kind of data for yourself. And in Vidyut, you connect with all these people one-to-one in a very systematic, organized way. And post Vidyut, we continuously work towards building it. And finally, validation is going to be a continuous process. Validate, validate, validate what we are doing and continuously improvise. And this time, I think also Vidyut has gone one stage ahead for some of us. It has been a kind of a, oh, this is happening. And some of them, it's been like a shock. Some of them has been surprise. So offshore opportunities briefed by respective representatives for those who are keen on growing business beyond boundaries. So I've been hearing that, the foreign delegates who are coming, ambassadors from various countries coming in. Of course, they are non-Brahmins. We can't expect an African to be a Brahmin. But I hope, we'll be able to impress them that someday they think about converting to Sanatana Dharma at least. That is the kind of impression we should be giving to these guys, saying how best we are, I think, So these are the people who are coming in, okay, who are telling us about the opportunities that is available in their countries. I went to a couple of conclaves, not from BBB, of course, from the regular conclaves, and I met these ambassadors. And seriously, the amount of opportunities, even for the smallest business person who's selling papad, pickle, they say, we have export opportunities. We allow you to export 200, 300 bottles of pickle per month. Why don't you do it? This conversation happened right in front of me with a person who sells all the sandge, papad, pickle, and all the stuff. So I think the amount of opportunities what Vidyut can create. It's not just probably constrained to chapter BBB India. We are crossing the boundaries. It gives us the opportunity to cross the boundaries, because over a period of time, you know, we are 1,500 plus members almost now, I guess. Okay, I see several members are keen to grow their business. They have built their business with the help of BBB. Now they want to scale further. They want to go beyond country. They want to export. And there's another opportunity that's being created. So I think I don't see an issue why there should be a concern in terms of ROI. But yeah, I'm sure that most of your doubts have been cleared by now. And next comes the biggest challenge. The stress factor, analysis paralysis. This is where a lot of people sit on the fence while the train is gone. And they wonder, how did these people travel? How did these people travel? Do not get into analysis paralysis. As business owners, somewhere you need to trust, take that leap of faith. Okay. Look, when we create Vidyut, or we are members like you. We are nothing special here. We are just members like you. Probably we are more enthused about doing things. We want to do more things for people, our people, or we have more time on our hand, or however you want to see it as. But one thing for sure, whatever we try to do will be in the best interest of BBB, the members of BBB, and to see how we all can grow together. It's not that we want to have fun. The amount of I have ran 2 Vidyut and have been behind the stage. I know the amount of time, the effort, okay, it takes, the amount of sweat you need to put in to see that you all get some good business and you enjoy the opportunity. This time we are going way too far ahead, trusting that you will all stand with us, help us, support us to make sure that we all grow together. We all grow together. Think about it. The organizers will not get time to do the networking, what you will be doing. They'll be running around to execute the event. The benefit is for the members who participate as delegates. And finally, marketing and sales is the fuel of any business and an ongoing process. If you don't do that, that's where the stress comes in. And as Arvind rightly said, I think the language is different, but we all speak the same language at the end of the day. Don't get into the analysis paralysis mode. We are here to help you. We are here to support you. Come in, jump in, and we'll try our best. Yes, there may be flaws, there may be gaps, but we'll make sure that we try our best to help you all. Never lose an opportunity. Never lose an opportunity. So I look forward to see you all in Vidyut. And I think I still have a couple of minutes. I think Mr. Anandji is here, who's our EC member and also who's been heading the Vidyut this year from Hyderabad. Anandji, a couple of minutes for you to address the team.
Thank you, Kiranji, for your fantastic presentation regarding quantum networking. I think now, definitely, as you mentioned, we don't have entire BBB over here, but definitely there are 885 participants. I can see that now you can really look into this business 2024 is truly business beyond the boundaries. We are trying our best to add more and more value to our members and our BBB trust from year to year. This is fourth edition of flagship, or you can say annual event or a signature event of BBB. So I would like to cordially invite each and every one of you who have already registered and members who have not registered. I would like to urge and strongly recommend do registration immediately, because pre-Vidyut conclave is going to be started soon from coming week onwards. Hence, don't miss this opportunity, because we are putting a lot of efforts to bring a lot of delegates, industrialists, as well as doing a lot of efforts by conducting pre-Vidyut, during the Vidyut, and as well as post-Vidyut event. It is purely only and the only for our community business members only. The undercurrent is or underline is our community. Doesn't matter, we are going to bring outsiders. They are coming here to give us an opportunity. So this is where we are inviting all other outside delegates so that we can take a benefit of this, make utilization of this opportunity because it happens only once in a year with a very minimum investment, I can say. So whenever I was talking to somebody, when I say that 10,000, 11,000 rupees or up to 25,000 rupees, including travel, accommodation, and the event, it is looking very inexpensive for such kind of an event. So I would like to thank you once again, our Marga Bandhu, Marga leader, Ramki ji, for giving us an opportunity as a Vidyut 2024 team to present what is all about Vidyut as a quantum networking. So I would like to pass to Kiranji once again, and any questions, any doubts are there, we are here to take. Thank you so much. Please register yourself right away. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Anandji. Please, any questions? I don't think we have time for Q&A. We are kind of short of time. Please put up your questions in the chat box. I will answer everything. If there's too many questions, we can probably take it up after all the sessions are over, or I can answer in the chat box as well. Please put up any questions you have in the chat box, and I'll be happy to answer it. Even Anandji here, probably one of us will take it up and answer. Thank you so much. Handing it over back to Bharat.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Kiran sir, and thank you, Anand sir, for such a great presentation on Vidyut. I think now all of us can be much more effective in convincing our chapter members and our peers to join Vidyut, join with us to Vidyut, and connect to more people and build our businesses. So coming to the Marga part again, the next speaker is Mrs. Subhalakshmi Srikant. She's going to be talking about prevention of sexual harassment. It is an awareness for entrepreneurs. It is a much needed awareness that we need to have. We need to know how to interact with people and how to be sensitive towards the society. Madam has a great experience of around 25 years, and she has worked with a lot of uh, IT companies, tech giants, as we can say. And she's also, as we were talking earlier before the meeting, she mentioned that she was also a part of G20. She was with the team of Chennai. So it is an honor to have such great people with us. Ma'am, I'm handing over the mic to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good morning, everybody. After the wonderful discussion by Shanti ma'am, from Arvind ji, and from Kiran ji on how do we take care of ourselves, be it in terms of health, mental well-being, or in terms of business, my session is going to be a bit different. How are we going to be taking care of others? A very sensitive subject. I understand the fact that we as a community especially are very sensitive about other people, especially women at workplace. But our business doesn't end with us. It goes beyond. We have members, the team members, who could be from different community, different region. Hence, the presentation becomes, and the topic becomes a little more critical. Thank you all for giving me your time. I'll just quickly run through the slides and also talk about how it started. How many of you know about or have heard about POSH earlier? POSH actually stands for Prevention of Sexual Harassment at Workplace. Yes, Ram, I often talk to you on that. Yes. How many others have heard about it? If not, then I'll explain a little more about it in depth, or I can proceed to the other slides. Just for the benefit of those who wants to know about the background and what POSH is, it is an act implemented in the year 2013. To give you a background of how we started and why this act was started or implemented, there was an activist from Rajasthan by the name Bhavri Devi. She was a social activist working towards welfare and well-being of women and girl children. In 1992, she was gang raped by the who's who of that village, the panchayat heads, only for the reason that she prevented a child marriage. She prevented a child marriage, and the who's who or the panchayat heads of that location or the village did not appreciate. She was gang raped, but she was a fighter. She didn't give it up. And she raised the voice in various forums. Vishakha is an NGO which came forward and supported. Vishakha has been constantly working with various such women, the aggrieved women, who have been not finding a support really to handhold. So Vishakha came forward. We've all heard about a lot of rape cases at work, sexual harassment at work. Nirbhaya is something which is known to the entire world. Why just India? So this act was implemented in the year 2013 with the constant support and push from the Vishakha NGO. That's why it was called initially as Vishakha Guidelines. We still continue to say so. But this act is all about prevention, prohibition, and redressal of sexual harassment cases. As I said, it's a law which is implemented across India with the aim to help women who are sexually assaulted at workplace. Let's look at some interesting data. So this data says, does it happen or affect only women? No. 22% of men at workplace are also being sexually assaulted or harassed at some point in time. Does that raise an alarm? Certainly, yes. But if you ask me, does this POSH cover men at workplace? The response is no at this point in time when it comes to the act. But we do have other harassment acts like sexual harassment policy, code of conduct policies, which support men at workplace as well. Now we look at how many percentage of women are really affected by this. So my data says 45% of women from the IT, BPO, KPO, which means the most affected place. Obvious reasons, BPO, KPO work on night shifts, even for that matter, the IT. Followed by 21% at educational sector, which is quite alarming. We consider teachers as gurus, and when these kind of harassment happens at education sector, it's quite heart-wrenching. The most surprising is the legal lawyers. 7% of legal professionals are also sexually assaulted. So why people don't report? I mean, if you ask of these people whether you've really reported about this incident at your workplace, the data says only 31% have reported so. It's ironic, but that's a fact. Now, before we proceed on what this act is all about, we'll talk about what sexual harassment is. So it's about anything which is unwelcomed. It could be a quid pro quo, which means this for that, which is very prominent in corporates especially. I can give you a few examples. The team lead tells a team member, and I'm going to be sharing the examples based on real life experiences which I have gone through as an external consultant, right? When I address these kind of concerns or harassment cases in corporates, these are real incidences which has come to my notice. Quid pro quo, where the team lead says, I will refer your name for the promotion, but you need to accompany me tonight for a dinner. This for that, we call that, right? A very sensitive topic, but we need to speak in open public forums to create awareness. I always tell in all the forums and sessions that I take, POSH is not about creating fear, but to create awareness. Quid pro quo is something where the leader, the team leads, or anybody could say, okay, I will do this for you, but I need this sexual favor in return. The other is the hostile work environment, where we talk about how you look, your body structure, your religion, your caste, your color, the body language is inappropriate. All that comes under a hostile work environment. Now let's get a little bit in detail. Is it applicable to everybody in India? I'm a small entrepreneur. I just have a 12-member team. Most of our members are small, mid-sized entrepreneurs at this point in time. Is it applicable to us? Yes, it is applicable to us. It is applicable to everybody, irrespective of your size and number. If you're a 10-member team or above, then you call yourself a developed sector. So wherein you will be having your internal committee to address these kind of concerns. If not, Then your complaints needs to be registered with the district registrar. It is applicable to NGOs, to corporate societies, to hospitals, sports facilities, companies, business network forums as well. You will be surprised and to know that it is also applicable to houses. We have housemates coming to our place. Their safety insecurity is completely in our hands. It is not a registered organization, but anything that happens to the servant or the helper who comes home, she has all the rights to go back and report at the district registrar's office. If not, she can always go to the police station and complain. And in an organization, does it just confine to the employees working with us and working for us? No, it's applicable to contractors working with us, part-time employees, interns, your vendors. You may have vendors coming in for various discussions, your contractors, volunteers who support us. We as entrepreneurs are responsible to safeguard this, everybody who comes to our office, right? And you may ask me, does this office confine to the four walls where we are working on or sitting? No, it goes beyond that. It goes when you go as a visitor to another organization, somebody else coming to your place for meetings, for discussions, for training. You send and nominate your employees for various training programs. Their safety and security is in your hands. Most of us are trainers here. So there are many organizations which comes to us for sessions. We are responsible for safety and security of our participants. When you're traveling for business reason in company buses, work from home. When you're working from home, anything that happens remotely during your Zoom calls, Gmeet, we are responsible, we are accountable for those safeties. Now, what is the impact? We all know what a person goes through if a person becomes an aggrieved or a victim if it is proved so. Obviously, the productivity comes down, frequent absenteeism, the person starts losing interest. And what happens to us as an entrepreneur? We lose the brand value. We lose the credibility, right? There's also leads and impacts us financially. Once there is a productivity loss, obviously the business is going to suffer. The reputation suffers, the business suffers. Now, as I said, it is about three areas: prevention, prohibition, and redressal. So how do you prevent it? Create a culture of safety, security, and respect for each other. Establish clear policies. Create awareness on what it is, why it is important, and how do you safeguard yourself and others, right? Prohibition. I always talk to my students and participants wherever I go, be it in corporate or educational institutions. Zero tolerance policy is very important. No means no. If the other party is not comfortable with us doing anything a specific way, I could give an example. In a session where I was taking it for a corporate, the manager says, I casually put my hand on my colleague. She's so young, she's my trainee. And I really like her. I love her in a good sense. I appreciate her. What's wrong if I put my hands on her? But this girl says, ma'am, I'm not comfortable. How do I even tell him? I've tried telling him several times. He doesn't understand. So we need to be very sensitive when we behave or move with people in a specific field. Be it corporate, be it your networking forums, be it anywhere outside the personal space, right? Strict enforcement on anti-sexual harassment policies. There are various policies in place where we talk about sexual harassment. How do you prevent that? How do you prohibit that? Code of conduct is one classic example where you can mention saying these are areas or certain behaviors which are not acceptable to us. Investigate if there is something. Now, readdress it. So have your complaint committee in place. You just need 4 members to create that committee. 1, the presiding officer has always to be a woman. If your founder, CEO, or your partner is a woman, then she cannot be a presiding officer. The reason being the presiding officer has to be absolutely neutral, but a woman, because she can understand and empathize more, and can hear the problem of an aggrieved woman. Right. Then ensure security. Obviously, it's a very sensitive thing. A woman came to me when I was an external consultant for an organization. She said, ma'am, I was harassed, but ma'am, whatever has happened to me is because my CEO did that to me. Now, I don't have that confidence to speak about it in an open forum. My IC, I feel, could be biased. What do I do? In such cases, it is very important that the IC is very sensitive and keep the name confidential if the aggrieved are so, or at least keep the data confidential. Don't speak about it in public forums or in a general casual chat with your colleagues or members. And provide appropriate solutions. So there are a lot of processes that an IC member goes through. They are trained so well to address such grievances. I request you all to have your IC members, train them in such a way that they're not biased. They become a subject matter expert. They know how and where to address and what to say and what not to. How do we ensure compliance amongst all this? Have your policies in place. Create awareness through training, environment. Make sure you give a safe and a secured environment to your team members. Investigate if there are any concerns. Take prompt actions. What are the consequences? As I said, we are all entrepreneurs, so this is a very important topic for each one of us. If I don't have an IC for my team, or if I have not even created an awareness in the team, how is it going to impact me? I feel my team is secured. I feel these kind of instances doesn't happen to my team. Really? I think give it a thought. I recently read a survey which says at least 60% of women at some point in time are sexually harassed at workplace. When I say sexually harassed, it doesn't mean that physical. As I said, it could be body shaming them. It could be commenting about what they're wearing. It could be about how they look, their colors. So all that comes under that. So 60% of women at least goes through a sexual harassment at workplace. I know we as a community, Brahmins, are very sensitive. We respect people, but I reiterate, our organization is not just us, but it is beyond. We all believe in diversity, equity, inclusion. We may have people from other community, other religion. So we need to be sensitive about all that and create awareness. So let's talk about the fine and penalty. It starts with 50,000. It goes up to 5 lakhs as per the new norm. Does that end with that? No. If you face a civil suit, if there is a sexual harassment case done by some team member of yours to another team member, we come under a civil suit as entrepreneurs, as founders or CEO, as a deciding authority of an organization. We are the first set of people more responsible and accountable towards any instances if so it happens. Now, with my civil suit and penalty, am I done with this? No, it goes beyond. It's obviously going to spoil the reputation. We've all read various organizations which are well known in the industry going through these kind of harassments and kind of downfall they've seen as part of this harassment cases. I would not want to take specific examples. Being a closed door, I can take a case of Maruti. I won't talk more about it. I request all of you to go through what happened there and the consequences. Also, you can have, now if I have a policy in place, if I train my employees, is that enough? Does that suffice? I would say no. Reason being, we have seen in the data, 22% of men are also affected. So what do we do about it? Let's create a gender sensitization policy, respect for each other. Let's create a culture of inclusiveness where we respect each other. There are organizations which talks about romantic relationship disclosure. This in specific is because there are instances, I can again give you a real life example, where I was an external consultant. There were two individuals, a man and a woman, in relationship. Man was the manager, woman was a team member. They were in relationship, a love relationship. Somewhere the man started losing interest, and this is a real life example. Without mentioning the name of the organization, I would want to really share this example. Man started losing interest, but this woman was constantly pestering. Then what happened were the two examples I would like to give. This specific case, the women said, if you do not give me promotion, I'm going to leak out all our pictures. And I'm going to complain to the CEO that you raped me. Now imagine, the man did not really do anything. They were in love relationship, which needs to be respected if it is as long as it is pure. And this man, for some reason, felt he needs to step back. But this lady started threatening. Now, if you disclose your relationship, this helps. There's also a second scenario and example, again, a real life scenario where it was vice versa. The women thought it is not right for her to continue in this relationship. Reason being, the women and this man were from a different religion. Somewhere due to the pressure at home and family, this lady decided to step back and say, okay, I am not comfortable proceeding with this. This man, being the manager, threatened, saying, if you do not come along with me, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to make sure that you don't get promotion. I'm going to make sure that you're going to be thrown out of the organization. I'm going to make sure that your reputation is at stake. I'm going to make sure that you don't get a positive background report from our organization. Now imagine, think about it. In both the scenarios, the victims are different. But think about it. If we have a policy on relationship disclosure, this will help us to a great extent. If the disclosure says, okay, this X and Y are in a relationship and we are working together, the organization, especially the IC members, do a more deep dive survey or checks to ensure that if at all there is a complaint, is it genuine or not. So for them to do a detailed analysis and postmortem to understand whether it is a real complaint or an harassment or a threat because somebody is in a love relationship, gets easier for the IC. Now let's talk about some myth. There are so many myths. It's rare. It doesn't happen. I get to hear that from a lot of entrepreneurs. It doesn't happen in my organization. I've never experienced that. I've never seen that. So here is the data, as I said. 60% of the working people have faced that in life. And these are all real life data. Serious harassments are exaggerated. Seriously, the seriousness is exaggerated. I just told this lady that you're looking a little plumpy today. Or I just told her this red dress suits you so well and you look sexy. This lady has made a ruckus out of this. She's blowing it up disproportionately. And it was a harmful flirt. The fact says whether it is harmful, it was casual, unintended, when the aggrieved goes through whatever she goes through, it affects her physical and mental well-being. And then it is said that, if the harasser doesn't do it intentionally, that doesn't constitute to that. Really? Says who? Whether intentional or unintentional, no means no. If the woman is uncomfortable, in fact, I would always say, and I always reiterate that, even in this forum, I would like to say, be it a man or a woman, no means no. We've got no right to sexually harass, comment about their looks, their religion, their community. These are all very sensitive things at workplace. The fourth myth, many women make up stories to get promotion. That is also true. I'm not denying the fact. As an external consultant, I have seen such cases where women will just blow up because she was expecting a promotion, a salary raise, or whatever. She's not liking the manager. She wants to come out of it. It was cooked up. But the fact is, the percentage is only 1%. Only 1%. And I'll also add to this, for these 1%, the organization is responsible to make sure these aggrieved women who's come and complained against somebody, which is not fair and irrational and unrealistic, needs to be penalized as well. We, as entrepreneurs, should make sure that we punish people, we at least penalize them and make the others realize that false claims will not be entertained. And our last myth, if you ignore, it goes up. It doesn't go off. You were just giving them space to do more. That means that, you're accepting, you're okay with whatever is happening, and you're letting that happen. I reiterate, absence of complaint doesn't mean there are no complaints. 60% of women have gone through sexual harassment at workplace. 22% of men are being affected. There are many who have not spoken about it. So absenteeism doesn't mean we are okay with this. And with that, I end the note. I'm happy to take questions, if any. You can put it on your chat box. Any questions? Happy to take. I've kept it short with the intention and reason that we as a community are sensitive about it. I know that for sure and certain. I am working with a lot of such corporates, which is headed by the Brahmin community members. But as I say, we also have people from the other religion and community across gender, and we need to be very sensitive about this topic. With that, thank you all for your patient hearing. Let me know if you have any questions. Happy to take.
Anybody has any questions, please post it on the chat bot.
All right, if there's nothing, feel free to reach out to me anytime. This is Subalakshmi Shrikant. Okay, there's one question, I believe. Do we have a posh policy for BBB? It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress. The policy is shared. It's under review now.
I think with that we can conclude. And if any questions or any queries or any
I'm from
requests,
BBB South Madras, Chennai. Feel free to reach out to me anytime. This is Subalakshmi Shrikant. Thanking you all for timing and your wonderful audience. Any other questions?
Wonderful session, Shubha. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kritika. Thank you. Thanks all for your patient hearing on a weekend. That too, I'm taking away your lunchtime. Thank you all. Awesome session. Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes, Tarakji, on a funny note, it is to protect men as well. Yes, indeed.
No, Kritika, there are companies, organizations, and business network forums where I've heard from people saying men were also sexually harassed.
Yes, indeed. Indeed.
And
It does
until this
happen.
awareness was
I've heard
created,
of a
they
few
were not
things.
aware that this could happen to them.
Yes, I've come across situations that way earlier in my other organization. Like there were people who had heard stories about it, since ours was a training and consulting company. External people had talked about it to us, and they didn't know how to take it forward as well. So that was something that we heard of.
There was an instance where a man walked up to me and said, "You're an external consultant for an organization. I know I need to go to my IC committee, but I'm just directly reaching out to you. I was sexually assaulted by the founder of this organization, which happens to be a woman." So there are such cases. That's why I say have sexual harassment policy in place. POSH, as we speak, doesn't cover men, but there are policies that covers men. And safety and security of every individual lies in the hands of the entrepreneurs and the leaders.
thank you, ma'am. It was a great session, as
Thank you so
everybody
much.
were telling, as everybody were very interested, and we are great to understand such a sensitive topic.
Thank you
If
so
any
much.
questions, you can reach out to madam at you can
Anytime.
get the contact details in the uh, BBB app. So with this, I think we are at the conclusion of the today's Marga session, where we had a great session from Shanti madam, from Arvind ji, and also Kiran sir, and also a great session from Shubha madam. So I think we can, with this, we can conclude the Marga session by doing a small prayer. I think we can all conclude the meeting by a prayer. Thank you.
इदं पूर्णो पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
Thank you. Thank you all for attending today's session. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Bharat. Looking to see you all in Vidyut.
Yes.
Let's make some good business.
Yes, Kiran,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Have a
much.
good day.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you, sir.
You too, sir. Thank you so
very
much.
much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, today's Marga section is on time start and on time end. Thank you.
And
Not an end.